Steve Harris spoke about his and Iron Maiden's possible retirement in one of the recent interviews, which resulted in half of the internet going ballistic.
It's just outrageous.
So if you are one of those people who got freaked out by all of the article titles in the media, relax. No, it is not the end of Iron Maiden. The key to understanding what exactly Steve Harris meant by saying that Iron Maiden are nearing their end is, well, in reading the entire interview, and not just a couple of phrases taken completely out of context by many media outlets.
It cannot be.
And if we actually do that, then it becomes clear that Steve Harris actually spoke of completely the opposite. And if anything, his words should have actually calmed the Iron Maiden fans down.
The coast to go across the seven seas.
In case you missed all the fuss, and I'm actually really happy for you then, but in the last couple of days, gazillion articles appeared online about how Iron Maiden's founder Steve Harris is hinting at a possible Iron Maiden retirement and says that the band is coming towards its end.
Why, God, why?
As yes, answering the question of whether we will ever get to hear another Iron Maiden album, the band's founder stated that although the band is clearly not in their 20s anymore, and thus it is just hard to predict anything at this point, the boys at Iron Maiden still have so much fun going around the world and being rock stars that they are ready to continue doing that for as long as they physically can.
I love my job.
And even then, when they are not able to keep up with the crazy pace they have today anymore, this might not necessarily mean the end of Iron Maiden, as Steve Harris is actually not opposed to the idea of touring less, yet concentrating more on releasing new music. And this does not sound like retirement to me. But for now, while their health still permits them, they're actually going to tour possibly even harder than they did before. And here, by the way, I just absolutely love how he casually points out that during the Future Past tour he will also be playing on his days off with British Lion and also will be playing football once a week. You know, like it's absolutely normal for when you're 67. So, what does the future hold for Iron Maiden? Well, the truth is that I think that nobody knows. Not even the band themselves. Yet this, of course, is not the first time Iron Maiden speak of their possible retirement, and some media outlets have been ending their career since the late 80s. And that's why after reading that interview a week ago, I felt no need to even comment on it. And only after seeing all those comments, I felt that I should simply share my thoughts on the matter. And Steve Harris actually does acknowledge that he originally thought it would be nice to make 15 Iron Maiden albums, which the band of course has surpassed already, as it seems like this is what the idea of success looked to him like when he was in his 20s. Yet that does not at all mean that the band will hang their instruments after that. Thus, at this point, I actually believe that Iron Maiden are well past that end-of-career speculation phase, as today, when they don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore, they simply don't have to plan that far ahead. Although, if you think about it, they never really did.
Exactly.
Yet seeing how passionate they still are about what they do, hearing the testimonies about how much fun they have on stage and how many creative ideas they still have today, possibly even more than they did 30 years ago, I'm sure that Iron Maiden still have a good amount of time and tricks up their sleeves to surprise their fans. And yes, let's relax, since if anything, this interview actually sounded to me personally like unless anything extraordinary happens, we will still not see the end of one of the greatest heavy metal bands on the planet for quite some time. And what do you personally think? And today, a year and a half after the release of Senjutsu, when do you think we will hear the new material by the band? And are you planning to see them on the Future Past tour? Please let us know in the comments. I mean, I would love to do that. And you know, we're actually doing everything we possibly can for that to happen. Thanks for watching this very short and spontaneous video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!